There is nothing impossible in this world. You can achieve whatever you set your mind to achieve once you give it a full effort and you leave everything to God to make it happen in His time and not in your time. You're welcome to Restoration, and I'd like to say a very big thank you to our sponsor, Fun Yoga Nutrition on the Go. Fun Yoga addicts, where are you? Yeah, I see you. Yeah, now I'm still on 6. Maybe next month I'm going to move on to 8 or 10. Because it's so nice. Nutrition on the go, and it just keeps you moving. I'd also want to say a very big thank you to Yas Washing Powder and Yas Sanitary Pad, to Hooch Crunchy Cornflakes, my favorite breakfast choice, every morning, every time, every day, anywhere. And of course, the special ice mineral water and special drinks. Thank you very much. La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, where we record every time. I say thank you very much, La Palm. And of course, to MVP, Ahofen Twaso. Christmas is so close, right? What are you giving me for Christmas? Hey. Yeah, Fun Yoga, yeah. Yes, I want a lot of it. Just bring me a lot of Fun Yoga. I'm not buying any yogurt this Christmas. Fun Yoga, okay, my sound man said he's going to give me Fun Yoga, so it's a deal. Who else? Nanapima. Chocolates. Special drink. Yay! Okay, if you do that, my sponsors do not bring me hamper. Sponsors, please, I'm still waiting for my hamper. Well, today is going to be a very energetic one because I call it the Girl Power Edition. I love it when young women are focused and are determined to prove to the world that yes, they can rule the world, and yes, we need the men, but yes, we can still rule the world. I know the men, my sound people, they're like, come and do the sound, come and do the camera, but it's a girl power thing, right? Yeah. So today I'm celebrating a young woman who is doing so well in this industry, and she is so on point, and she's so fearless, and she seeks out for the truth. So I'm going to see how many truths she's going to give us today on Restoration. Please, let's welcome our guest for today, Akosua Konedu. Hello, darling. Let me help you. Let me help you up early.
Thank you.
Yeah, I had to make sure she...
yes, I said...
yeah, because you told me you were tired and you...
Sprain, yes, on my foot.
How are you?
Oh, fantastic.
It's so refreshing to see you here. Can I see without the lens?
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah. It was looking like so serious. Yeah.
Oh, no, but
yeah.
I have to put
you
it on.
You have to put it back on.
I have to put it back on.
Please give it up for her. Pastor's daughter.
Yes, Church of Pentecost.
Church of Pentecost.
My goodness.
Pentecost Niba. So every Sunday you do the headgear?
Oh, no.
Not anymore?
I used to do it. Yes, when you go for the local services, you have to put in the scarf. But there's a new rule. I mean, you can go to church without it, so that's fine. So we don't put it anywhere. But I go to the Pentecost International Worship Center. It's like that, but for same size, so it's quite flexible. It's flexible, so I mean, you can put on scarf, you can, but I don't. Sometimes I do. Sometimes
you don't like to put on scarf, I can tell.
Well, sometimes.
You don't want to hide the Brazilian and the Remy and the Indian.
Stacy, I'm going natural. Yes, so I am going. Oh, you are going natural too?
I am so natural.
Oh my goodness.
This one is like hide as a lawyer. Am I not a natural girl? Yeah, a lot of hair.
Wow, but you look good. I was like, how many kids does she have? I'm like, she has. I'm like, you look pretty, Stacy. You look pretty.
You make me want to have 5. So let's come to you growing up. Being a pastor's child, we know that pastors, especially Pentecostal pastors, are very strict. How was growing up for you?
Okay, so my pa and my mom is past, but if you grow up in a mission house, there is
I like that.
Yes, in a mission house, there is a stereotype that you are supposed to behave in a certain way, be timid. That's the word to use. So, Osofoba, you can't do this. Osofoba can't do that. But thank God for my parents, Reverend and Mrs. Asai. They are amazing people. So the normal morning devotion, you have to go through morning devotion every day. My big sister and myself, my big sister Kezia, sometimes we plan, we say, Kezia, today let's lock the door. So that when daddy comes, you know, he can't open and won't go for morning devotion. But growing up in a mission house, again, keeps you grounded. So keeping you grounded in the Christian setting. So you get your beliefs right. You are trained in the ways and likeness of God. And I would say it's really helped us a lot because when we were in high school, you can't go out, you know. You come back from school and then, Daddy, there's a party, I want to go. My party, okay, day. What time is it? Especially when it's in the evening, please, you can't go.
Whose daughter?
My
son. Let the parents come and ask permission.
Well, not necessarily. Just I won't cry. You can't go. But amazingly, when I went to the university first year, and then I came back home first term, I mean, the very first semester. I came back and I said, oh, I have to go out tonight. Okay, you can't go. I'm like, what has changed? So I'm sure to them, they will have to keep you grounded to a certain level and then you take decisions by yourself. So in the mission house, it's fantastic. It's not like you can't do anything, you are timid. No, it doesn't make that way in the mission house at all.
Because seeing you on Versa do your show, Hard Truth, I'm like, hey, sister, it's Samaka saying, I mean, being a TV host, because you know, TV hosts, we're bubbly, we're everywhere, we're free spirit. And trying to move it into the mission house. So were you kind of preparing yourself inwardly before it came out?
I've always wanted to be what I'm doing now at the age of 6. We are 7, 2 boys and 5 girls, same parents, wow. Exactly, same parents.
Your mom did well.
Yeah. God bless her, I mean her soul. But I remember on TV one day she said, I need big saucepans. Remember those? I need that big. I'm like, Mommy, I'll buy them for you. And I think she was watching Oprah Winfrey or something. You know, Oprah gave away gifts. And then she said, I'm going to write Oprah to bring something to Africa in Ghana here. She should bring her very huge saucepans. I said, I'll buy them for you. I'll be that Oprah. My mom, I would say she's been the reason why I'm here. Because you said you'll be Oprah, so are you working towards that? You know, are you going to buy me my saucepan? She can buy them, but it's like, how prepared are you? How prepared are you? Are you working towards that? Being on Vast at One, as you say, and doing what you do, what I do and what we do, Stacy, you know it's not easy, but if you're hosting a program called The Hard Truth, well, you are branded when you go somewhere. I remember last year my sister was knocked down by a car, the one after me, Agnes, and she had a broken fracture in the jaw. So I went to Kolebu. As soon as I got there, you know, and then I was with I kept quiet, and the lady said, oh, she just coming to visit. She said, no, until she realized that. So sometimes people see you differently, like you are a very harsh person, but they don't know you are natural, calm, and you know, yes, yeah,
and easygoing. What do you do when you're not getting people to speak the truth?
What do I do, Stacy? Okay, so I have a restaurant, I have a boutique and a salon.
You have a restaurant?
Yes, it's called GH Kitchen.
Where is it?
It's at also please do.
Morning, afternoon, evening, nights. You know I love food.
But it's a local restaurant.
I love local food. Do you do Toza food?
Oh yes, we do.
Are you open tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow Sunday, yes.
I'll be there.
Yes, we are. Yeah, so we are into local foods, so I spend some time there. I spend my time at the main office, which is at Jowolu, in a consult. So we are into productions, events management and all. And thankfully I have the boutique and salon at the same premises, so it makes it quite easier.
Easier for you. I mean, they say big things come in very small packages, but as little as you are. Yes. I'm bigger than you, as little as you are.
Well,
I'm bigger.
Well, I don't know. What's your size?
I'm I'm bigger.
What's the size?
I at this point I have selective amnesia.
I hear you. I hear you.
For your age, because I know you're still growing, how difficult is it for you to manage all the things you just mentioned? Because people just have one and they are dying, and you have about 3 or 4 things going for you. How do you manage it?
Well, you should know, I mean, for every, as little as it is, you should know where you are coming from and how far you want it to go. We have the very huge companies. We have the MTNs, we have the EcoBanks, we have a lot of bigger companies. So I have something that I say, fake it till you make it. So in your mind's eye, you know, this restaurant should be big. When someone Google for foods in Africa, GH Kitchen should be there. And when someone wants some very beautiful clothes, I know you have a boutique too, that's amazing, but they should come to Absolute Fashions for it. So it's a growing process, and you spend much of your time there, so much of your time there, because you want it to work. You want it to work.
So what kind of support do you get from home?
Support do I get from home? Well, I mean, thank God for my pa. You know, when you are in a very tight corner, you know how it is, sometimes for no reason, you are just shattered for no reason, and you just call and say, Pa, I'm not well, and then you know what we say, take it to the Lord in prayer. Take it to the Lord in prayer. So it works all the time. You have to lie down and say, Radhe, you know, and then you, after saying a little prayer, you are convinced in your spirit that, okay, so the Lord is in control. The Lord is in control.
You know, like we all know our churches. We all sometimes act as Christians, but we talk a lot in church. I think people talk a lot in church than anywhere else.
Right.
So they expect that a pastor's daughter is supposed to be
a certain way.
That's very true. And now they see you in your high heels, in your tights, and just living your life and being who you want to be. When the whole thing started, was it difficult for you? Were the members complaining at church that, oh, so for why are you allowing your daughter to be in this entertainment industry? Because for the church, they think this industry is for promiscuous people. They think if you're a woman and you're in this industry, you cannot even have a family and all of that. How difficult was it for you and your parents? Dealing with the church. Okay,
let me take you back to 2007. In 2007, I was in level 200. Level 200. I mean, I've always, as I indicated earlier, I've always wanted to do something to impact society. Now, how do I start it? I mean, how did it come about? So, I remember in school, I got an idea to do the hard truth. You remember El Lankra? You know him, right?
El,
exactly.
Our own El.
Oh, yes.
El still owes me a call.
He is amazing. El, thank you so much, wherever you are. I mean, he was fantastic. So I conceived the same hard truth with a different concept. It was like a forgive and forget thing. So you are speaking, so Stacy, I've offended you and I'm sorry, and I did this and that. So that was the concept initially. So I took it to Earl, and then Earl said, but you're still, I'm like, no, it doesn't matter, I'll still create time for it. And I told my parents that, guys, I want to go into something like this. But initially, my parents were like, no, you should stay focused in school, complete school first and all. Until I did a couple of pilots. You have to shoot a couple of pilots with Earl. He came to school, to the university, we gathered students, we did a lot. So he started from there. That was known as the Hard Truth Lady on campus, Hard Truth Lady on campus, but with a very different concept. Now, after school, I did my service with NADMO. After service, Amma Lawson, amazing woman, she called and said, Akosua, I've gotten your job at Barclays. You should go on Monday. And I'm like, at that time, I had decided that no way. I did HR in school, Human Resource Management. I had decided that I want to work for myself. You know, after working at NADMO, I said, no, I mean, I want to do this for myself. I don't want to work for anyone, but I feel I can do this. And Amma said, no, gather some money. I said, it wouldn't be me.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be me. So the next morning, I think I called my parent. He said, no, go to Barclays Bank.
What? Typical parent.
Yes, go to Barclays. Yeah, I'm like, I don't need your money. You know, they want you to go. Not
yeah,
they will look at exactly,
yeah.
but they want you to just go work in the bank for people to say, where does Akosua work? Oh, she works at Barclays. That alone will make them happy. But I said, no. So, Stace, from 2007 to now, 2015, my life has been a testimony by the grace of God. So and then how I conceived the hard truth idea, before I answer your question anyway, I was sent to a bank. My mom sent me to a bank. And when I got there, I got there in the morning, 8:30 in the morning. Now, 9:30, 10:30, 11:45. Some rude lady came out and said, yeah, machines not saying Montre. I mean, very rude, huh? And then I saw old people coming for their pensions money. So that whole night was like, something was not right. I'm like, who's going to talk for them? And then they had to shut up and then wait for the systems to come back on. It would have been very okay for her to say, oh, we are so sorry. And exactly. But
just be nice about it.
Oh my goodness. So that day I said, what can I do to help society? What can I do? So I said, oh, the hard truth still, but let me change the whole format. Yeah. So I wrote a proposal same night. The next morning, I'm like, I've received a $50 million deal or something. Exactly. I really felt very...
when you feel good about something,
yes,
you just move.
And then it happened. And I had the idea, now how do I do was a problem? How do I do was a problem? So I knew people in the church, coming to your question, supposedly rich people in the church. You go to see them, oh, sir, I have this idea. And who do you think I should see for sponsorships or someone to help?
Recommend?
And then one of the executives of the church said, you shouldn't do this. I mean, look at your father's status in church. You can't be on TV. I'm like, excuse me, why? You know, this guy looked at me and said, you should go sit somewhere and do something else, but not this. Then I told my pie in mind. They said, why would he say it? I'm like, okay, so they are my parents, so they want me to do it. And then it's not like I'm doing something terrible. Yeah. Exactly. So the church, initially, they were not sure what that was going to be or how it was going to look like. And because I had my parents, it would have been different, Stacy, if my pa and ma had said, no way.
We don't want you to do
you wouldn't have your blessing, so that would be very difficult for you to do anything else. But once they said, you have our blessing, I'm like, I parents, then that's it. So the church initially was not quite acceptive to the program or to Akosua being on TV and being a public figure. But I mean, it's the church. I mean, it's the Presbyterians have this hymn. They say, "Asembi yara mekano adibi yara." So if Jesus approves, I wouldn't. I don't mind at all.
So the church seeing you now, what are the reactions? What do they say?
Akosua, why are you? You've done so well. I mean, that's what I get all the time. Oh, they call my parents. Oh, Bano, she's amazing. Hey, she's good. You know, so it's like you don't necessarily. So that's a lesson I learned, Stacy. You don't necessarily have to listen to people. Sometimes it's right.
Yeah, but not all the time.
Exactly. You need to listen to your inner self. And then I'm told, you know, growing up, that God speaks to us silently. So I'm sure if I had had a very different feeling about it, I wouldn't have done it. But Hard Truth had been on TV for 3 years, and so far, so initially it was very tough.
Yeah,
it was very tough.
Starts, it's
oh
always
my
difficult.
Word, yes it was.
But now a lot of money is coming in. Right?
Small coins.
Small coins. I'm coming for my share. A lot of money is coming in.
Small coins, so.
But what I realize is, when you're a private producer, sometimes it becomes very difficult. You have to put your crew together, you have to produce your show, you have to pay for your content and all of that. How draining has it been on you?
Oh, Christ. So let's start from year one. Year one, who knows this girl? You're going for sponsorships. What's the show about again? The Hard Truth. So what's it going to do? And then looking at the...
You keep saying the same thing over and over.
Oh, my word. Like, who knows this person? And I'm like, well, you know, I'm new. And so they don't even want to look at you. But I'm sure if it was a Stacy, okay, Stacy, we know him.
Even I get it.
Well,
sometimes, yeah.
No, well, but you were there before me, so you know your name is out there, or was out there already, so that would have been easier. But Akosua in 2012. Who are you again? I mean, so you know that way. But putting the programs and everything together, Stacy, I had to do research by myself, and these are government topical issues. You can't get the figures wrong. You just have to be in context, and you have to sit down. One interview, I take about a whole week to do, you know, prepare research for it, exactly, in research. And research is not enough. You need to verify, call people, and then be sure, is it true? This person, I mean, exactly. So that was very difficult from the very first 1 to 3 years, from 2012 to 2014. 2015, I felt, I mean, I've paid my dues. I need people to come in to help. I need people to come in to help. So I have an amazing, and God bless all of them, I have a very fantastic, you know, production team and the crew. The research, when we are doing research, like, we are mad people. We are mad. Before we come out with every episode of an interview, it's like we want to make sure the facts are right. So it takes a lot of time. It takes massive or intense research to just come out with one interview.
If we are supposed to switch seats now, it's a different character.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. If we should switch seats now, I guess I wouldn't like you, because you're not so friendly when you're on your show.
But Stacy, don't we? I think that this is my philosophy again. We should leave two characters. So your personal character and your professional character. So people should understand Akosua is, or Stacy, we are actual people. Like Stacy is Stacy, or I am like a Margaret Thatcher. People call me Margaret Thatcher. I don't mind anyway, you know. But you switch when you have to. So assuming you sit in my seat, and then I hear, oh, I have to talk to you. It won't be like this. It will be like this, but maybe I have to, because I need the truth from you. Perhaps I won't make you happy, but I mean, that's the job anyway.
You'll make me comfortable, because I've watched you, and people come, and from the beginning they are like bubbly, they are happy, and by the time they leave, they are not so happy. How are you able to get them to bring out the truth or make us know they're lying?
Well, so when, let's say, government person comes and sits here and tell me, or maybe let's say the power minister, I'm like, sir, so you tell us Dumso will end, you know, in 2014, and we still have Dumso. Oh, we are working on it. Oh, and then you know he's lying. Plus, they gave us timeline somewhere in June last year, and then it's still not happening. And then he wants us to sit and wait for badges, which, you know, thank God they are in now. But
are they?
Yes, they are today.
Okay.
They are at the port now.
We thank God.
Yeah, we thank God. Yeah. So with issues like this, it's you're not coming. I'm like, no. I mean, is he lying to me? And then you want to like
push him.
Yes, push him to just tell Ghana the truth. What is really happening, sir? Sometimes, Stacy, some of them get up. They want to do the interview again. Oh, yes, many times, 3, 4, 5 times it has happened. They don't want to do the interview again. Oh, yeah, you have to say, oh, I'm sorry, please come back, let's finish nicely. And it happens sometimes. It happens. It's not really easy. No, it's not.
It would have been so cool if it was a live show, eh?
Yeah, people want that to be a live show.
Yeah,
but
so
well,
you just see the minister of whatever sector pack his files. I'm going. I'm not doing this interview.
Yeah, but it's not really a fun, because they get really, and these are government people who can hurt you, but thank God they are also nice to me and my guests. Thank you so much for being on the show. But some of them can really make your life miserable. So you just have to make sure after getting your interview, exactly, you have a personal relationship with all of them, so you can call them back again whenever you need them.
Don't you ever get scared for your life?
Well, not really, but I get some annoying comments afterwards. So you interview someone and the next morning his wife calls and says, Akosua, you were looking at my husband so much. And I'm like, Christ, where was I supposed to look at?
Did I hear that?
Yes.
You were looking at the husband so, I'm talking to you, I have to look at you.
You're looking at him so much. And I'm like, yes, I have to look at the person. And then she said, I just want you to know. So I really don't know why it's that.
No, share some of your odd calls and messages. Because this one is so, I mean, this is crazy.
Oh, yes. Yes.
And
then you have to say, oh, mention an Indian next time, don't worry, they might sorry or something. You just have to, you know, and then she say, oh, maybe but what can I come as I'm sure, you know, it's like that. But and then my son is like, what? I mean, where are you supposed to look? It's his legs or his, I mean, wherever.
Maybe now that I'm talking to you, I have to do this. I have to look at your legs. I have to look at your face.
I know, right? I know. Well, some funny comments. Okay, so people actually send you text messages and say, you are toning up, you know, you are just going on a particular line. So maybe you have, but people should understand, before I come back to that, people should understand the show seeks to talk to captains of industries to change our society. So if there is a particular government now, I mean, I obviously will have to talk to them. And then when issues come and I need to talk to the other side, it comes. But someone sent a message and said, that I belong to a certain political party, and I replied and I said, why? They said that I haven't spoken to the other side. It didn't make any sense to me. So they want to naturally brand you in a certain way because of the guest or the variance of guests you have on the show, which is not so cool. Restoration.
Do you choose your guests yourself, or you have a team?
We have a team that chooses. So we look through the newspapers and see the stories that are trending, that need, you know, response, that everybody talks about. That's the topical and the big issues in the newspaper. So on Monday, if there is something on education, you know, the students are in school, and then I'm told they are very, some of them are still stranded, haven't been to school. So obviously parents will need answers necessarily.
Some have postings, but they go to the schools, their names are not there.
So parents will need answers. So
and I hear one school, the protocol list alone was more than the number the school wanted to take.
You can imagine.
Yeah,
you can imagine. So with a story like this, we just want to fly with that and then get someone on. But the challenge, Stacy, is getting the guests to come, because already, who is doing the interview? I could say, oh, Minko, oh, you know, already. So it's quite difficult to convince a guest to come. It's quite difficult to convince a guest.
If they are not careful, they're just going to sell their issues to you, right?
Not really, Stacy. I don't bite.
You can't bite.
No, I don't.
You don't bite.
No, I don't.
But you would get the truth out. So maybe people just try to avoid.
But it's a hard truth. It's a hard truth.
Which has been your most difficult interview so far?
Which one? They are all in themselves challenging. But when you are going to interview people who are very intelligent, all of them are intelligent, but in areas that you are not quite, you know, strong, or you don't have a lot of know-how, it's quite difficult. And when you have someone like Albert Essien, when you have, you know, Rekubobe, when you have someone like General Mosquito, when you have someone like Osei Chimin-Sabonsu.
General Mosquito didn't bite you?
Oh no.
To give me any malaria.
It was one of the most interesting ones that I had. But all my guests,
each one comes with its own
diversity.
They have,
exactly.
And which was your most interesting one?
General Mosquito, I laughed throughout. No, you know, he has a way of calming you down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he has a great sense of humor.
My, I think he's an institution. I like the guy. I mean, aside whatever they say about him, but as a natural person, I think he's a great person, because if there is tension, he has a way of swaying it to calmness, and then everybody just gets to laugh. So he was one of the most interesting people ever on the show.
And I know you're working on a few charity issues. Why charity? I mean, come on, you have a TV show running for you, you have a lot of stress. Why do you still want to venture into charity?
I don't know if you are referring to the donation at the Jolly Special School.
Yeah.
So Stacy had through this year, 5th of September, it's 3 years old. And I thought that God has blessed Inner Consult, that's my company, and we felt the need to give back to society. So Jolly Special School is just in the vicinity that we are in, so why not extend a hand to where we are, you know? So we went there. But it doesn't really hurt to give the little you have to the vulnerable in society. It's not stressful at all. I mean, the work is stressful, but giving back makes you smile. After doing that, you are like,
so
oh yes, thank God, and you put a smile on their faces. You are so happy, you forget about your stress. It's only when you go back to the office and like, oh, okay, we've come back again. But giving back, exactly. But giving back, Joel, seeing all these kids, and I loved it. I mean, they were very happy, and I told them, I mean, I want to do that over and over again, to give back again. Yeah.
Wow. I'm so happy, because most of the times we want to give something out, but we'll go to the orphanages and all of that, and we forget these kids with special needs. What touched you so much to want to give to the kids with special needs? Because mostly they are forgotten. We always think of the orphans, and we forget we have children who have special needs.
Stacy, I'm sure you have kids. I don't. I wish I had.
You soon will.
Yes, amen. But when you are pregnant, you pray, God, I want my child to be a normal baby, and you see all the good blessings for your baby, and then something else happens. It's not the fault of God or anybody's fault. I mean, it's just the way it is. Yes, it happens. And parents are so frustrated, especially when they come from very poor families. And they just take these kids to school. Already at home, the parents don't want them anyway. Some of them, not all of them, most of them don't want them. So they don't have the love and the togetherness that they need as actual people. So why not go there? Why not make them feel they are loved? Why not make them feel that someone really wants, to be there for them, advising them and encouraging them? These kids are amazing. I mean, they did some choreographies. They actually say, I mean, they say, Akosua, you're pretty. I'm like, oh, they can really see. I mean, they were very happy, and then, I mean, I'm sure I started crying within. I'm like, God, if you had a way of touching these kids and healing them right now, I'll be very grateful. But at the end of the day, they were very, extremely excited, extremely overjoyed. They were screaming, they were laughing, and then when we gave them some drinks, oh my goodness, that was icing on the cake. They were extremely happy. That really touched me. That touches me.
These things get me teary, because we ask for so much, and these kids don't have much.
No.
And they're still happy, they're still thankful. They live life like there is no tomorrow.
Right.
So sometimes you ask yourself, I mean, what is all the stress? What is all the pressure? It's just the little things. It's just the little things. And I know God is going to really bless you for touching the lives of these kids, because these kids, you really need to understand the works of God to get to understand them. Because they cannot be like us. And the fact that they are not like us means they are so special. They're so special. I have one of them that is my daughter now, Nanaya. She's just amazing. And I think we should all start reaching out to these kids. Kids with special needs, autistic. Some might not be autistic, but they just have speech delays and all that. I think we can all help make Ghana a better place.
And Stacy, I also think that we should, as often as we could, 1 Ghana cedi, 2 Ghana cedis, it won't hurt at all. I'm not saying take 1 Ghana cedi. I mean, I'm just saying the widow's mite you have, the very little you have, 50 Ghana cedis, just take it there. I remember when I got there, cooking for these kids was a challenge because the government has a lot of needs. Government is building roads, government doing a lot of things and lights and all. So it's not really incumbent on the government alone. It's a collective body, all of us together, no matter the amount you have, channel it through the special schools, and then I'm sure God will bless you in His own ways. Yeah.
Now you see, now we've both gotten teary. It's so sensitive when you touch the side. It's so sensitive. I'd like to say a very big thank you to Fun Yoga. I know this is a special holiday episodes and we shouldn't get you teary, but sometimes we just have to talk about these things. Fun Yoga, Nutrition on the Go, thank you very much. To La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, thank you. Yas Washing Powder and Yas Sanitary Pad, Hooch Corn and Choco Flakes, special ice mineral water and special drinks, and of course MVP Ahofen Twaso. So sweetheart, before you leave, I have something for you. Yes, from Hooch.
No way.
Yes, yes way. I'm still waiting for my other hamper. Yes.
There is more?
Another one is coming. And this is from Yas.
Oh my! Oh, Stacy, this is
and
too
I know
much.
I know you have a beautiful salon.
Oh God!
But MVP is also giving you a special treat. They have the MVP salon, so they're inviting you to come this holiday. Come pamper yourself.
Stacy, thank you
so you
much.
can go with a friend and go and enjoy yourself at the MVP salon.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you so much.
on our last topic, I would give you 100% support. Anytime you have to go see these kids, restoration is available. We would join you, go meet these kids. Let's know what their needs are. Let's see how we can support them, because they are just special. I always say they are just special. So I want to say thank you very much for coming, and I know we're going to do a lot together.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for watching us at home. Yes, I promised not to make you cry this month, but I'm sorry, we had to share a little tear on the last one. And I would want to say a very big thank you to all of you, our viewers across Ghana, all over the world, who watch us on DSTV, who watch us on GoTV, who watch us on Stream GH. You've been amazing. Thank you so much for all the support you have given Restoration. And Restoration is turning a year this December. So you keep us in your prayers, and let's pray that God continues to help us so we will be able to continue to touch lives all over Ghana, Africa, and the world. And I believe we can, because we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. We'll see you same time next week.
Welcome to the end of the tunnel. I see a bright light shining through, and it's just for you. There is hope for the tired and weary. Open your eyes and you will see the perfect friend in me. Restoration, restoration, restoration. It's easy. Restoration, restoration, restoration. It's easy. This is where to share it all. A common place for one and all. Let's hold each other's hands and stand tall. Set yourself free and tell